Hey, what's up, YouTube? Chaos Phase here, coming at you with a deck profile. This is my Flamvell deck. I've been playing around with it for a few weeks. It's pretty fun. Quick to synchro, goes into Trishula pretty easily because of rekindling. Lets you synchro 4 or 5 times with, you know. 3 fire dogs. This guy's your main searcher. If you destroy something by battle and sends it to the graveyard, be careful. This doesn't work with tokens or while Macrocosmos is on the board. Big 4-star tuner that you bring out with Fire Dog. Fire Dog searches anything with 200 or less. So you bring out Flamvell Magician, you go into 8s. Neo Flamvell Shaman, play one of. His effect is kind of schmeh, but when you want to go into Ancient Flamvell Deity, you need this dude. Flamvell Poon makes going into Trishula much easier. You're just rekindling him, Fire Dog, and the 4-star Magician, and bam, Trishula. Now is where it gets weird. Jurrac Aiello. He has 200 defense and is a fire type, so he will come out with rekindling. He's a 1-star tuner, so in those situations where you just have, I don't know, fire dogs beaten, you summon him, you go into Trishula. I guess like that's what everyone cares about. Now the good thing about him is, you tribute him, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Jurrac from your grave. So that's the 4-star searcher, or the 3-star tuner, or the 2-star tuner. So with him, everything becomes more versatile, especially when you're rekindling into 3, any synchro you want. 2 Jurrac Gaiba. He's only 1700, but he's even, I think he's even better than the Fire Dog. He only has to destroy something by battle, so no graveyard. So that means you attack into a token, you attack into something while Macrocosmos on the field, anything, you still get out the search. Now he searches 1700 or less attack, which is pretty nice, but they can't attack again. So it's just him attacking, and then you get the synchro, I guess. Jurrac Dino, 3-star tuner. His effect's alright. I mean, during the end phase, you contribute a Jurrac to draw 2 cards if he destroyed something by battle. But, I mean, it's situational. Usually I'll end up, tributing himself off, so I don't know. It's alright. Galim. It's a 2-star. It's how this deck goes into Brionic. I mean, aside from Raikou and Flamvell Magician, but, it's how the deck quickly goes into 6s. Also, if you just set this card, your opponent destroys it, you either kill their monster, or they have to discard a card. I mean, it's not great, but it's alright. Now, 3 Raikou. This deck relies heavily on the graveyard. Rekindling practically plays, this whole deck practically plays out of the graveyard, not out of your hand. So you'd like to mill to speed up your rekindling plays. Then 1 Gores, because after you go hard, your opponent can just dark hole you. This deck isn't very trap heavy, so just drop a Gores for security. The main spell card, triple rekindling. This card is ridiculous. Special summon as many fire monsters 200 or less with 200 defense from your graveyard as you can. At the end phase, they're removed. They're not removed if you use them for stuff like synchroing. So you just rekindling, synchro twice, rekindling, synchro again. It's pretty boss. You get out 8s and 7s really easily. 7s because of the Jurracs, 8s because of the Flamevells, and then Trishula is ridiculously easy to go into. Triple Shrink. Now, this card hasn't seen too much play since like beatdown format, but it's MVP of this deck, honestly. You just set Shrink. First turn, set Shrink, summon Fire Dog. They attack into you with some Cyber Dragon bullshit. You just go Shrink, Shrink against Dino, Gaiba, or the Fire Dog, getting their effects as boss. Also, you have a lot of big beaters, so you could push your game with this. Double Molten Destruction. This is kind of like personal choice. If you would want to test this deck with Pot of Duality, you just put in 3 instead of the Molten Destruction and Terraforming. But personally, I like Jurracs as like a fun kind of budget build. Nothing in the deck is expensive. It's all commons and rares and hidden arsenal crap. But I mean, if you want to bling it out like Dual Terminal, then it becomes expensive. But this card turns your 4-star 1900 beaters into 4-star 2400 beaters and 2200 beaters. So your monsters become ridiculous. Secondly, if you're playing something like fairies or gravekeepers, you don't want them to keep their field out, and you don't want to waste MST on their field card just for them to replace it. So you have 2 Molten Destructions just to stop their field. 1 Terraforming. I was trying 2 Terraforming or no Terraforming and 3 Molten Destruction. I just was not getting the consistency with it that I wanted. I feel 1 Terraforming, 2 Moltens is good enough. I really don't want my opponent to know what field spell I'll be playing, when I'll be playing it. I just want to just slap it down, so I'd rather draw into my field. It's not that necessary for this deck, so I mean, it works. Charge Light Brigade, only play 3 Raikos, but, you know, searches are always good. Searches and mills. Fossil Dig. Searches for a level 6 or lower dinosaur type monster. Now, I wish they made this kind of search card for everything. Level 6 or lower is boss, but unfortunately, it makes no difference because you're only playing 4 or lowers. You could play 3 of these if you want. I would not suggest it. Don't go past 2 in case you're messing around with this deck. 1 Mind Control. All you do is Synchro. That's the whole point of this deck. Book of Moon, obvious. MST is obvious. Giant Grenade. Dark Hole. Monster Reborn, you know, all the basic staples. Now the traps, there's only 4 traps. I mean, you could play this deck with the Royal Decree. Just take out the 4 traps, put in Decree and another Fossil Dig, or Decree and a Pot of Duality or something. Pot of Duality can work in this deck, by the way, guys. Don't be fooled. The way I like to play, though, I like to punish my opponent's life point payment, though. And for that, I usually run some secret tech cards, but that's just me. I don't want to be paying... I mean, not that. I want to be punishing my opponent. That was talking about Solemn Warning. If you want to play Solemn Warning, you can obviously just take out these 2 for Solemn Warnings. I like punishing my opponent's life points, like I just said. And then the Royal Decree is only if you want to just explode. But, like I was saying earlier, Pot of Duality works. Just it does not fit my play style. I want to summon, swing, special summon. Summon, swing, special summon, synchro. Once a turn. That's what I want to do. These are just like minor defensive spells. I mean, traps. Solemn, Mirror Force, they're big. Compulsory is a fan favorite of mine, and Bottomless puts in quite a bit of work, honestly. Against the Mirror match, I wish you could play 3 Bottomless, because this card wrecks this deck. Wrecks this deck. You just play 3 Compulse, 2 Bottomless, Flamvell players won't be doing anything. Especially Bottomless. Especially. Because they lose their Fire Dogs, you can't rekindling them, that's it. Now for the Synchro deck. Synchro deck's pretty obvious. It's the standard stuff. Mostly 7s and 8s though, so Colossals, Stardusts, and the like. But I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to show you the like original Synchros that only this deck would play. Jurrac Giganto, I play 2. If anyone has a dual terminal one, I'm looking for it. Now, he beefs up all your Jurracs if you can keep him on your field. Your opponent usually wants to get rid of him, though. He's a 7, so you'll go Gaiba into Dino. and summon him. When he's on the field, for every Jurrac in your graveyard, all Jurracs on your field gain 200 each. So, 200 each, and he beefs himself. So just to synchro summon him, he comes out at 26. 25. And plus Molten Destruction, that's 3,000. Now, Jurrac Velfido, you won't go into this dude mostly because you need the 1-star tuner and the 4-star, and the attack comes out to 1900. But if your opponent's playing a lot of face downs, and you know they're going to be setting Raikos and Snowman Eaters and Spear Reapers and that crap, you just poke with him. Yeah, it's just destroyed without damage calculation. So, he's not bad. If you have room in your extra deck, put him in the clutch. He just works out. Jurrac Meteor. This is a 10-star synchro. Almost impossible to get out. You need a Jurrac tuner and 2 non-tuner dinosaur-type monsters. Now, to pull this off, you literally have to just rekindling, or your opponent has to just not know what the hell they're doing. You rekindling into 3 ILOs. You tribute all 3 ILOs to get 2 Gaibas and a Galim, and you blast this motherfucker out. When he's synchro summoned, it's not optional. Not optional. Don't think it's optional. This card will just always die. Destroy all cards on the field. All cards. Your cards, your opponent's cards. Then special summon 1 Jurrac tuner from the graveyard. So, this is like a last-ditch play. You have nothing on the field. You just go rekindling. Just hope that this goes through, I guess. Or Giant Trunade, then do this. Kill all their monsters. Then you special summon Jurrac tuner. You pick ILO. You tribute ILO. You get any other Jurrac you want. Mainly the 1700, just for beaters. And Ancient Flamvell Deity. Personally, one of my favorite synchros. You just need any fire tuner and non-tuner pyro. Unfortunately, the only pyro in this deck is Neo Flamvell Shaman, which is a 3-star. So you just go with Neo Flamvell Shaman and Magician. And this card is really great. When he's synchro summoned, you remove from play cards from your opponent's graveyard equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So this is great against Frog Monarchs. Great, just perfect. From my experience, they'll be holding big hands, probably Monarchs, Battle Faders. Synchro summon into this, remove their Treeborns, their Ronin Totens, everything in one shot. This is good against anything with the graveyard. You just kill dandies, you kill everything. And he gets a 200 attack point boost for each card removed that way. And he starts at 25, so he's not bad. That's it. That's my Jurrac deck. Might be for trade, I guess, if somebody wants it, but probably not. It's just way too fun. Try it out. Build it yourselves. Tell me what you think. Alright, peace out, YouTube.